Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. I'm your host, Hotshot Ginger, and with me I have the Krillin to my Goku, the Black Star to my Def the Kid, and I'm gonna say Choji to my Naruto. Jaian Music, how's it going, buddy?
Are you good, bro? Are you good right now?
I'm good.
No, I don't think you're good, bro.
I'm
Krillin?
good.
I'm no Krillin.
You're
am
Krillin.
no Krillin. What's
Who
good,
are you,
bro?
then? Who are you?
Not
Who are you?
Krillin.
Not Krillin.
I am. You know what?
All right, sorry.
if
You know
you're
what?
Goku,
You know what? Yes, I misspoke. The Yamcha to my Goku.
oh, if I'm Yamcha, then you're. You know
Krillin.
what? Oh man, I'm so happy to have you back on, man. I'm really excited to get into today's topic. Guys, before we get into today's topic, which is shonen anime games, very excited about this topic. And, I got some good picks. Hotshot's got some good picks. I do want to make a point on Murel. Murel, as you may have noticed, has not been on many episodes recently. He's very busy with stuff outside of the podcast. I want to assure everyone he is still part of the podcast. He's still working in the background. He's still on the server. He's still helping us on socials and on videos and everything. He's just not going to be as much on the mic for the time being because of how busy he is, but he's still a host. He's still part of the podcast. I just want to make that very clear. I love Murel. He has been a breath of fresh air and he helps us, and Anime Podcasters is not the same without him. Huge respect and huge love to him. However, since we need a third person to roll, if you are at all interested in maybe hosting Anime Podcasters and helping us out in the time being, we are currently in the beginnings of looking for someone to share the hosting of the mic with us. So if you are interested in doing so, please contact us on social media at Anime Podcasters, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, and we will reply. You can also get it on my email or the podcast email. Everything for that is linked in the description. All right, enough of housekeeping. Hotshot, what are we doing today exactly? I know I kind of said shonen anime, but like games and stuff. What's good with this episode?
So what we're actually doing is, you guys have seen our game topics before, hopefully. We each have a few games picked out each that we will just go into a bit of detail discussing. That's more or less it. The theme this time, though, is just shonen anime games. So it has to have been a shonen anime and have a game adaptation of some kind. So I can't pull out, like, Pokemon, for instance.
No, he cannot pull out Pokemon. But I feel like one of the games I picked... this is a full... I'm safe here. I'm safe. This is all shonen, bro.
Yeah, I've seen your list. You're pretty safe.
Do you want me to go first or do you want to go first? I'll let you choose. I'll give you the power for this episode.
Since you just said I didn't know if this was shonen or not, like we've discussed that it is. Why don't you go ahead with that pick first, the one that you were second guessing yourself?
Okay, the one I was second guessing myself, which is so stupid to second guess myself. Okay, I second guessed myself for 3 seconds on this one. I am going with this one. I found it during the quarantine through Hotshot's recommendations. Jump Force. Jump Force is a crossover fighting game with basically all of the shonen characters. I'm talking Naruto characters. I'm talking Yu Yu Hakusho. I'm talking Dragon Ball. I'm talking Naruto, My Hero, you name it. What's great about this is that the whole plot is basically Frieza attacks New York City with an army, and he's confronted with Son Goku, and all this stuff happens, and then we start recruiting other teams, and you get to select, you get to create your own character and select which team you want to be a part of. Mine is a Namekian with a Sakura haircut, and I got all these lightning-based moves. I'm speaking Lightning Clone, I'm talking Chidori, I'm talking, what's that one move when you... it's like a parry move, I think it's what it's called. You know when you strike me, but you get electrocuted instead of actually landing the hit?
it's been a while since I booted up Jump Force. I actually can't tell you.
I think that's called a parry move in general, right? I'm pretty sure.
It's usually a parry, yeah. Like if I'm hitting you and you parry it away and counterattack, that's
yeah. I'm pretty sure. I just want to make sure I had my lingo right on that one. I have a parry lightning move, and I got a dragon boost move. Basically, it allows my character to like strike harder, but it costs me the whole energy bar I'm charging. I love this game so much. I love playing as Yami. Yami is awesome. You summon cards and you just spam that, and it's like all the attacks, and you're always screwed when I fight with Yami. It's such a fun game. I love Jump Force.
It's really funny because you don't really picture like Yami Yugi or Seto Kaiba, like card playing characters, to be any good in a fighting game, and yet they're two of the most overpowered characters in this game.
No, absolutely, they're great. They're some of the strongest characters out there.
I mean, I'm glad that I recommended it to you, because at the time the servers were live, so you and I could hop on together.
Yeah,
and
apparently
play each
the
other.
servers are gone now.
The servers are gone now. Yeah, Jump Force is dead.
That
like
sucks.
you can still play offline and everything and do the quests and everything, but you can't play online with a friend.
Oh, that's lame. I really enjoyed that.
But it is the this isn't one of my picks, but I will just bring it up briefly. It is the second game like this, to my knowledge, because the first one was J-Star's All-Star Battle Royale or something like that.
Okay.
It was called J-Stars, and you instead of making a custom team, you would be a part of one of 4 separate teams led by either Naruto, Goku, Luffy, or Toriko. And you would just it's basically a giant tournament arc of shonen characters.
Right. No, absolutely. What I love about this game is the fusion of it all. You know what I mean? Like, it's the only game that I could think of where you could really mishmash all of your favorite anime heroes into one place and absolutely go insane with it. I love it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying about J-Stars. J-Stars does the same thing. It was like the not official prequel to Jump Force.
Right. I see what you mean. Remember the one time I want to do a little bit of inside baseball. Hotshot and I played against each other quite a bit, and I would say he would win most of the time, but I won a few. Surprisingly. And there was one time where I was continuously trying to attack, and you had some block energy going on. Like, I mean, on everything. You were blocking all of my moves all the time, and at one point I just shot like I forget. I think I was Goku and I shot like a spirit bomb.
Yeah, the spirit bomb ready. Yeah.
Yeah, I shoot a huge spirit bomb. I'm like, you can't block that. I blocked that.
It's better than just like backhanding it away, because you think it hits and then you just see me charging towards you.
Yeah. It was so funny. You can't block that. I just blocked that. Oh, it was great. I love this game so much. Go play Jump Force. I mean, the story mode is all right. Nothing special. The thing is, for me, it's just playing with friends. Why this game is the best, you know?
Unfortunately, in the community, it is one of those games that get torn down to shreds, like more often than not.
Oh, how come?
But it just, a lot of people call it like uninspired, and it's lazy to a lot of people. It's not as fun. But they did the same thing with J-Stars too. But honest to God, it's still a lot of fun. It is, to me at least. It might be like the hyper realistic graphics from like 2D models, and all of a sudden they're CG hyper realistic, and it just looks weird. That's my only guess, though. But I still have a lot of fun with it.
I think it's a lot of fun. But I guess they took down the servers because not enough people were into it, and it is what it is.
That tracks.
We move, bro. We move on to your next pick.
All right. So my next pick, or my first pick, this is one that came out pretty recently, and by pretty recently I mean like 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow.
One Piece Odyssey. So this is a new game that came out for the PS5 and Series X, and the only reason I'm saying it is because I wanted to flex that I got a PS5.
Are you serious?
No, that's not the only reason. I do actually enjoy the game. So it's just different than any One Piece game I've played so far, because it's a turn-based RPG, like kind of like Persona, but One Piece. So it takes place It takes place on a memory-filled island to where a mysterious girl on this island blocks away your latent power. And the only way to get the power back is to relive the memories you got them from. So the first arc it takes you through is Alabasta. And then it takes you through Water 7. I don't know the other arcs yet because I haven't actually beaten this game. But it is a turn-based strategy-style RPG One Piece game. And I am all about it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I like strategy turn-based stuff.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense because you're a big what's that
Pokemon
game
fan?
you play? No, what's the one game you play with Kyo all the time? Dungeons and Dragons.
D&D, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I mean, okay, yeah, and I guess that kind of tracks into it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely turn-based and strategic. I'm
And
reading here. Oh, go ahead.
What's up?
Okay, well, I'm reading here on the reception
Yeah.
of it. The PlayStation 5 version was the third best-selling retail game in Japan throughout the first week of selling.
Damn.
26,879 physical copies. People actually bought a disc to this thing, dude.
I would have. Honest to God, I would have. But I just it was one of those games that I wanted now. So I just bought the download version. Because I have the disc PS5 and I'm trying to get the games that I really, really want on disc. Like, I just got the remaster of Dead Space, for instance, for it. But I just wanted to play Odyssey, like, now. So I just got the download.
Right.
And to my knowledge, it is the only game where the entire crew of the Straw Hats go with you from beginning to end. Like, at the start, you do lose Frankie and Brooke due to different circumstances because they weren't in the first arc.
All right.
But I'm imagining that while I'm traveling through the arcs I'll eventually run into Frankie and Brooke and they'll be part of the actual party.
Right, I see what you mean. For me, this One Piece game looks a lot of fun. It just looks like the battles are intense, and I don't know. I like the turn-based idea of it all. Because for me, like, One Piece always felt like a button-mashing kind of game. Like, just the concept of One Piece, you know, how it's a fighting anime. It's like, attack. But the fact that it's turn-based, very interesting.
We'll get to more button mash and attack One Piece here in a bit because it is on one of my other picks.
Yeah,
But-
I realized a lot of variety on your 3 picks went.
Hey, One Piece has a lot of variety with their games, and with a series that's been running 20 plus years, they freaking better.
No, I understand. I was just I was just trying to say that I was expecting, 3 picks, 3 different animes, but some people don't do that. But some people just like the one type of Rasengan. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I could just change my third pick into a third One Piece game.
You know what? I dare you.
All right, I'm doing
Dare
it.
you?
I'm doing it.
No, don't do it.
I'm doing it.
No, don't actually do that.
I'm doing it.
No.
Yep.
Hotshot, are you good?
Yeah, I just really like One Piece.
No. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Why not? You change on the fly all the time.
I'm getting flashbacks to when I threw that spirit bomb. You can't do that. I blocked it.
Yep, I just did it.
All right. Well, Hotshot's out here, man. Okay, fair enough. I'll go to my next pick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, this one.
I will bring up that. Sorry to cut you off. I will bring up the pick I just deleted though as an honorable mention at the end because I do want to at least bring it up.
Wow. All right. So, this game that I'm bringing up, this is pure nostalgia. I played this so many times. I beat this game so many times. I'm speaking of the 2007 Naruto PlayStation 2 game, Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2, also known as Naruto Konoha Spirits. Oh, yo, this game is amazing. Oh, so basically, it's this clan called the Shirogane clan. I still remember the clan's name because of how much I played this game. And they're puppet walkers, basically. And they're trying to get all these spirit orbs, okay, which are hidden in each land, right? So, like the land of fire and all that stuff. And Naruto, at the start of the game, he's on his way to the Leaf Village, and he's intercepted by Kankuro. And at first, when I saw Kankuro, I was very taken aback. I was like, I wasn't picturing Kankuro has to be like one of the characters that you can play, because in Chronicles 1 what would happen is that you would always play as Naruto, but you would have allies. But the way it worked is that whenever your ally showed up, they would have a chakra bar, and once they went down to 0, you would swap back to Naruto, and their chakra bar would slowly come back up. You see what I mean?
Yeah, because I've played this before.
Yeah, okay, cool. And so when you're playing as just Kankuro, for a minute there, it took me a second. I was like, wait, what? But this game is so much fun. It's like the game is pretty short. You only have 10 stages, but there's a mission mode and there's a versus mode with replayability. If you play the game twice, the story mode, you defeat. If you beat the story mode twice, you get Sasuke. And there's also a second storyline where you play as Kakashi and Guy to defeat Kasame and Itachi, because they're trying to get their hands on the Nine-Tailed Fox, aka Naruto. So a lot of cool things. The gameplay it's all right. It's nothing crazy. I think they tried their best, but it never went too far, in my opinion. This yeah, that's about everything I had to say. Anything you want to add, Hotshot?
It's a Naruto 3D beat 'em up. So each area is filled with random opponents that you beat up as Naruto or the others.
Yes, thank you.
But like you said, when you tag in a partner, you have the timer, their chakra bar, running down while Naruto's on standby.
That's in the first one.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, my bad. They changed that in the second one.
Yeah, that was like the main thing that they had to change, in my opinion.
I haven't played this one in so long. I've played both Uzumaki Chronicles, and I loved them both. But I haven't touched it since I was like 12. So everything about it is shaky, but I do still have fond memories of it.
Yes. But they and the bosses, I remember they had the barrier puppets. So they were used to not bosses, but they were used to protect themselves from attacks. And then you had elemental puppets that have like this red, blue in color, and they shoot the water and the fire at you in battle. Then you had the insect queen, which the trick to defeating the insect queen bee drone puppet, according to the Narutopedia, well, that's what it's called. You would use the classic move, dynamic entry, because Guy and Rock Lee always came with dynamic entry. It was one of their jutsus. And what's the cool thing about that is that you would dash in the air towards the bee, right? You see what I mean? So if you're playing as Naruto and you try to shoot a Rasengan or you try to spam clones, it doesn't really work because the bee it's there and it's just, in the air, and so your clones are just punching air. Then they also had the lizard puppet. This one was really cool because it would roll up as a wheel and just roll around and attack you a bunch. And then you had the puppet walkers, which were just like regular puppets, nothing crazy about them. And then the spirit orbs is what you're trying to get from in the first place. Very, very cool. And the other thing I really enjoyed about this one, you remember when you would run from one location to the other location and you could get attacked on the way there, in that mini map? That was cool as well. There was always an element of surprise with that.
They'd stop you and you're all of a sudden not in a cornfield, but just in the middle of an area and getting ambushed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, so much fun.
Maybe this game is what subconsciously made me just hate Puppet Masters.
Oh, maybe. I'll be honest. I understand that, but the only puppet master you can play as is Kankuro.
I just mean in general. A lot of the opponents you fight are puppets.
Yeah.
Plus, I've always hated Kankuro, so...
Fair enough. The thing is, I want to know, out of all the playable characters, I'm talking Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, Shikamaru, Choji, Gaara, Kankuro, Lee, Neji, Kakashi, Guy, Kisame, and Itachi, which one was your favorite to play with?
Neji or Naruto?
Oh, I gotta go with Neji personally. Neji is just the best.
The main three that I would always play with would be Naruto, Neji, and Lee. But since I'm a hero whore, I'd probably always play as Naruto.
Oh, dude. For me, Neji was the best because he had the taijutsu down to a point. You could just rotation, that one of those levels when you're on the boat and the enemies are just coming at you all the time. Just use Neji. Rotation,
Well,
rotation,
like in-
rotation, and H
So this was a separate game, but in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Heroes, it was for the PSP. You could pick a team of 3 ninjas that you would always go for, and I would always go for Naruto, Lee, and Hinata because they had a secret team bonus as the Try Hard trio.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
But I can't play as Hinata in Chronicles, so I had to go for Neji.
Right, I see. But this game didn't have any sort of power up when you use the team. That would have been a cool feature.
No. But I just wanted to throw that in because those were, if I could control the team that I would do in my early Naruto gaming days, it would be Naruto, Hinata, and Lee.
Right, I hear you. I see what you're saying. But yeah, I think this is enough on the of the Chronicles. Let's go to your next pick. I wonder which anime it's from.
Oh, I don't know. It could be one of the biggest ones in the world, and it could be just a little one that no one ever heard about.
Yeah.
I'm going One Piece Burning Blood.
Go ahead. Tell me about One Piece Burning Blood.
So it's a fighting game. It's a One Piece fighting game, but it's in the vein of Naruto Ultimate Ninja. Or more so Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm. It's a 3D fighter where you have certain abilities locked into your character and an awakening, but the story mode only takes place in the Paramount War arc. So you go through the Paramount War, but you go through it with multiple perspectives. So at first you go through it with Luffy's, then you go through it with Whitebeard's, then you go through it as Ace, and then you go through it as Akanu. So there's 4 different perspectives in like this single arc, but it actually like very vocally states what they fight for. And the battles are huge. You can ring out your opponents and smash the environment around you, especially with a big move. There are still transformations in certain awakenings, like Luffy can go into Gear 4, for instance. It's honestly, out of the One Piece games, it's probably my least favorite, but I still love it a lot. I like it enough to play all the way through it, but I've just played better One Piece games.
Right. I mean, this one looks like a lot of fun, but I'm seeing like it's got okay reviews. It's
got okay reviews. A lot of the One Piece games do, but just in my personal opinion, it's just one of those. Sometimes I'm feeling it and sometimes I'm not kind of game.
Right. I mean, I guess like the thing with this One Piece game, I just feel like this one is the button masher you were mentioning earlier. It just seems like a game that maybe a little bit of strategy, but I think whoever presses the most buttons is gonna win the fight.
You would think that, but you're wrong.
Why am I wrong?
This isn't the button masher one.
But look at the cover art; they're literally punching each other.
Yes, they're punching each other, but if you're button mashing and you're fighting, God forbid, a Lugia devil type user like Smoker, you're just punching Smoke, and he can just punch you.
Fair enough.
You have to actively use like Hockey against Lugia or Lugia against normal type moving. Wait till he uses his energy bar. You have to pick your moments to strike, and then when you get that moment to strike, don't let up.
What I was gonna say though is, like, that's one circumstance where, yes, we're not going to have to be as strategic. However, it doesn't seem to be a game where you're going to need strategy all the time. It seems like a very punchy game. You know what I mean?
Well, it's a fighter. Like, there are certain games, there are certain fighter games where you do need a lot of strategy going in. This is not one of them. You just have to be aware of the character you're fighting and who you're fighting as.
Yeah, you use your basic strategy and then spam. That's what it seems like.
It kind of is, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
maybe that's why the pro reviews.
And you can build a team of 3. So, like, it's basically kind of a game of rock, paper, scissors at that point. So if you build a balanced team, you have a counter to your opponents.
Okay, I see. I understand. Fair enough. Like I said, this one looks cool, but I don't think I'll be playing this anytime soon, personally.
No. I'd recommend it at least to try. Like, especially if you're playing with a friend.
Right.
But I wouldn't recommend anyone, like, go out of their way to try and find it.
Okay, before we cap off on it, what's the appeal with the story mode?
The appeal is there's different perspectives in the Paramount War arc, which is one of the most turning point arcs in One Piece.
Okay.
Because the Paramount War arc, for those who don't know, like 20-year spoilers, but still, is the one where Ace dies.
Oh, wow. I'm not going to watch One Piece anymore now. Thanks, Hotshot.
Yeah, we're never going to anyway, so I don't care what you think. But it's the one where Whitebeard and this whole rage of family of pirates come crashing into the Marine headquarters, and you get a lot of different perspectives from it. Like, you get Luffy's fights, you get Whitebeard's fights, you get Akanu's fights, you get Ace's fights, and they all just kind of come together, and like it feels like a war. It's good because of the different perspectives you get from the characters, and like in actual battle or big time battle, especially a show filled with so many different characters, it's kind of cool to get a focus on a character's perspective like the whole way through. Like it's good to shift that focus so you can see how did they feel at this moment, or how did this character feel at this different moment. Like that. Okay, that's at least the appeal to me.
Fair enough. I see where you're coming from with that. The thing is, these One Piece games, it's not a series I'm necessarily familiar with. There's only so much I can say. However, I see how it can be related to Ultimate Ninja. I can see the vibe of Ultimate Ninja in here, where you can have different perspectives, but it's still the battle itself is not going to be anything overly strategic. It's definitely not going to be as strategic as Odyssey.
No, definitely not.
So I see where you're coming from with that. I guess. Is there anything else you want to add, or should I go to my next pick?
That's about all I have on Burning Blood. Like, I'd recommend it if you're couch playing it or playing it with a friend, but it's not one of the ones that like you'll spend a great deal of hours on or anything like that.
What's couch playing?
Like local play.
Oh, like by yourself.
Like on the couch playing versus mode, that kind of thing.
Oh, I hear you. Okay, I see. All right, let's go to the greatest anime game on this earth.
One that you've also beaten multiple times.
Let's go to the best game ever created in the anime shonen genre.
Hamtaro's Wild Adventures.
Let's go to the most fascinating, greatest, most amazing, undeniable, best Dragon Ball game that will ever exist, Hotshot.
Bobo meets Goku.
Ever exist, Hotshot.
Battle of Z.
This anime game is perfect.
Hello Kitty.
10 out of 10. What? And Hotshot, I want a serious answer. What game am I speaking about right now?
Naruto Ultimate Ninja 4.
Come on.
No, I know the game, but you're asking what the best one is ever, right?
What's my next pick,
That's
Hotshot?
a matter of opinion.
Hotshot, just say the pick.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, we love this game. The latest DLC came out. Did you play the DLC?
I haven't yet, no, because
loser.
Well,
loser.
Shut up.
I don't want to hear the rest of your sentence.
Right.
I don't want to hear the rest of your sentence.
All right, you won't hear me the rest of the episode.
Hotshot's like, all my picks are One Piece, and I am mute. Okay, in all seriousness, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Let me tell you. Okay, but did you play the Bardock DLC, Hotshot?
I did not yet, no, because
okay,
I downloaded the upgraded version for the 5, and I'm playing through the core game first before going into Bardock.
Question. Visually, is it really that much better than the PS4 version?
Yes.
The PS5 version? Oh my gosh, really?
Yes. It looks it looks a lot smoother, and it plays a hell of a lot faster.
Oh, I got to get myself a PS5 just for that, I think. The bank is not going to be happy about that one, but we're going to have to do it. Okay, let's get into Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is basically a whole playthrough of the Dragon Ball Z storyline on PlayStation 4 and also on PlayStation 5. I think it came out in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. So very recent game. And it's obviously it's an open world action role playing game. You can play as Goku, Piccolo, you can play as Future Trunks, you can play as Gohan, you can play as Vegeta in the main storyline. And and it also has its PS5 release, like I said. What's great about this game is that you have everything. You have awesome battles, you have awesome moves, you have great storylines, you have great side missions. It's very, very faithful and very loyal to the original plot. So I loved it. I really, 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 really enjoyed. You also can do Vegeta and Gotenks in fusions and Potara moves. And you also have playable side characters, including Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Chetsu, 18, and Goten and Kid Trunks. All great, great, great things. What are your thoughts on this game, Hotshot?
Something that I actually really appreciate is the fact that there are Dragon Ball, like classic Dragon Ball references. Like you can go around and meeting characters Goku knew as a kid, and there are some quest lines that involve them going around the open world. The only thing that bothers me about Kakarot, though, is when you're just trying to explore the open world and you're constantly ambushed by the robots. That is the only thing that bothers me, because I'm like, I'm just trying to explore and look around. I don't need to fight you.
Right, but that's the whole concept. That's the whole concept.
I know it's the whole concept, but I'm just like, it kind of dwindles on you when you're just looking around, and like 15 of your 20 minutes is just fighting random different encounters, and you've gotten a grand total of like 5 feet.
Right, I see what you mean. I mean, for me, the game is really made in the battles. I think the battles is the best part of this whole game.
And for being called
all the moves you can unlock.
And for being called Kakarot, you spend a lot of time playing as Gohan.
You think? Oh, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're actually completely right on that. But I mean, Goku's dead.
Yeah, so it shouldn't be Kakarot. It should be called Gohan or something.
No. It's still the story of Goku.
Yeah, but he's barely in it.
No, he's not barely in it. He's definitely a
when
main
he dies when he dies fighting Raditz, it takes forever to get to the Saiyan fight, and then when you're on Namek, it takes forever for him to get there until the Ginyu fight, and then after that, you're playing as Vegeta for a good chunk of the android fight because he's with the heart disease, and then in the Cell Saga, you're mostly playing as Gohan, and then for the Buu Saga, you're mostly playing as Gohan.
Okay.
In the actual story,
dude, this is but that's the storyline.
I know that's the storyline. I'm saying in the actual story, you rarely play as Goku.
Fine. Should we just change the Dragon Ball Z concept to have Gohan as the main character? Like, I don't understand what your beef is here. It's just that's the story.
I know that's the story. Bro. I'm just saying for a game that's called Kakarot, you rarely play as Kakarot.
I disagree. You don't rarely play as Kakarot.
Comparatively, compared to the other characters, you play as everyone else a hell of a lot more.
I mean, if you take every single other character versus
Goku, every single other character, no. Like, I don't use Krillin more than I use Goku.
You can't use Krillin. You can only play as Gohan, Piccolo, Trunks,
Okay,
and Vegeta.
I don't play as Piccolo as much as I played as Goku. Like, I'll give you that. But, like, comparatively, the ones that you play as the most are Gohan and Vegeta.
I understand, but they're still part of Kakarot's storyline.
I'm well aware.
Why are the Saiyans going to Earth? Because they're going to check if Kakarot's done what he had to do. Why are we going to Namek? Well, to bring back people's life, and who's going to defeat Frieza? Kakarot.
I know it's the story, dude. I'm just saying you rarely actually get to play as Goku unless things are at their worst. Which I know is the story. I know that's how it goes. Just,
I don't know.
The game rarely has you play as Goku in the story.
You can play a lot as Goku in the after the game.
I know after the game.
Kid Buu? Yeah.
But I'm saying like what I would have wanted after Piccolo killed Raditz and Goku. Take me as Goku. Take me to Snake Way. Let me train with King Kai. And then let me come back and see everything that's happened.
Honestly?
Everything from... If you're being named Kakarot, then have everything from Kakarot's point of view. That's what I'm saying.
I don't agree. I think I would have been... I mean, I understand it would have been more loyal to the name had you done that. However, not as interesting.
All right.
And what's more interesting, running on a Snake Way or playing as Gohan and training with Piccolo?
Playing as Snake Way, because you've never done it in any Dragon Ball game.
Yes, you have. There's Super Dragon Ball, the game in PS2 you can run on Snake Way for a while.
Okay, none that I've played.
Fair enough, but I'm saying it's more interesting and it's more faithful to the storyline to continue as Gohan. because Gohan is a part of Goku as well. Gohan's not there without Goku. For me, this game breathes Kakarot's story, so I can't agree with you.
All right. Look, everyone's
Everyone's
entitled
Kakarot the
to
character,
their,
it's Kakarot the game.
everyone's entitled to their opinion. You don't just have to say I'm wrong. And just in my opinion, you don't play as Goku enough in a game that's named after Goku.
And that's a very fair criticism, but I think that's a one-dimensional way to look at it, in the sense that, like, if you're just thinking it's Kakarot the game, therefore you should play as Kakarot the character. It's Kakarot's story, and all of these characters involve Kakarot. They're all related to Goku in one way or the other. You know what I'm saying?
Then call it the story of Kakarot.
Dragon Ball Z, the story of Kakarot. It doesn't roll off the tongue as good. But do you see the point I'm making? The general point I'm making?
I see, but I agree to disagree. So,
of course, man. That's part of the podcast game. I like your take. I like your take. I just don't agree with your take, and that's all right, man. That's what we do. And I want to go. I want to go out to this. I was thinking of a new way to play this game, because I've been in it so many times. A new way to challenge myself. And Hotshot, you came out with a great way. What is this new proposition you have for me?
So the new proposition I had was melee only, or melee super moves. So no ki blasts, no like Kamehameha, or just regular ki blasts or charging ki, and no transformations unless the game forces you into it. Because I'm pretty sure
I love
when
this.
you fight Frieza, I'm pretty sure it forces you to stay Super Saiyan.
Yeah, so some parts where
transformations are forced.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I think this is a great way
I
to do
could
it.
take it one step further and say no healing, and especially no sensu beans.
Oh, no healing and no sensu beans. Damn. Oh, dude, I like that. Okay. I see where you're at. I like that. All right. You know what? I'll do it.
All right, let me know how long it takes you to beat.
I will. All right, man. Your turn.
Yep. So I got one last one, and it's One Piece.
Really? Didn't see that one coming.
So this actually is my favorite collection of One Piece games, because this one actually spawned a franchise of its own way. It's One Piece Pirate Warriors. And for me specifically, it's Pirate Warriors 3.
Okay.
But, Jaden, have you ever played or at least heard of the game Dynasty Warriors or Samurai Warriors?
No, I haven't.
Okay. It's a great deal of hack and slash where there's literally thousands of opponents for you to mow down, but it's in a One Piece skin. So there are you can literally get like 3,000 knockouts in a level easily, and you're just mowing them down with a single One Piece character.
I like that.
So it gets its drive from being how do I explain it? It gets its drive from you taking down territories that the enemies own and loosely following the story. Like, you follow the important storylines of the arcs, but obviously it wasn't just like there's a whole mountain of people for you to take down in this certain specific order or help this character when you need to. So it does still follow the story. It's just not like as faithful of doing it as Kakarot would be, for instance. But sometimes you just need a game where you can just mow down a village of people.
Yeah, absolutely. This one seems like the most punchy one.
This is the most punchy one. Like,
oh yeah,
yes, there are combos and there are special moves and everything you can do, but this is like, if any of them are button mash ones, it's this one.
Okay, fair enough. A very interesting pick, Hotshot. What's your favorite part about this whole game? What's your favorite thing about this whole game?
My favorite thing is that you can go in as pretty much any character from the One Piece lexicon. Like, every game has at least 50 characters you can play as. And you can go back and do the levels in free play, so you can play them as whoever. Or you can just play it, like, do what I did and play the whole game through as Luffy. Even if Luffy wasn't in the scene.
Okay.
But like I said, my biggest thing is I like seeing the kill count just constantly go up. Like, you'll start at 0 and look down at it, and somehow it's 2,400.
Right. I mean, this game seems very, very, very intense. I think this is like the most battle-focused one, even more than your previous one, Odyssey.
Yeah, because this is... Well, I mean, it's a hack and slash. It's a beat 'em up. So it's meant to have mows of enemies for you to take down.
Okay, I see. And what I'm seeing, I'm watching the trailer a little bit here. The thing is, Luffy's gears, yo. This is ridiculous. The battles, like this is in the One Piece I grew up on in the 2000s. Like,
yeah, get on my level.
Why does he have? Yeah, get on my level. Oh, but once again, beautiful game. I think it has the anime aesthetic to the max here. It looks wonderful, and it seems like the reception is really good as well. So, I mean, fair enough. I just wish I had more to go off of because all three of your picks are on an anime that I know so much about. But this guy over here is like, you know what? That's what you get. And that's it.
Look,
man.
We had one we could have probably talked about in greater detail, but you dared me, and I didn't back down. So, all three of my picks are One Piece.
All right. Let's wrap it up. Was there anything else you wanted to say?
Yeah, just last thing. Just so you guys are aware, the game that Burning Blood actually bopped out was Demon Slayer: The Himekami Chronicles. It's a one-on-one fighter in Demon Slayer. And that's all I'll say about that.
Okay. All right, perfect. What were your picks, Hotshot?
My picks were One Piece Pirate Warriors, One Piece Odyssey, and One Piece Burning Blood.
Wow. Very interesting. And my picks were Jump Force, Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles 2, and the greatest anime game of all times, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Yes. Okay. Just a quick little mention that this month on the Jaian Music channel and on all my streaming, like Spotify, everything, I am posting one new video game music cover every single day at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so that'll be it for now. So for myself and Hotshot, this has been another episode of...
Anime Podcaster.
Bye, guys.
Hey, guys. Hotshot here. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Anime Podcasters. We have over 100 other episodes for your entertainment found wherever podcasts are available, such as Spotify. We also release new episodes twice a month, so keep an ear out for us. You can follow the podcast at Anime Podcasters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Jaian Music's YouTube channel. Jaian himself can be found on social media at Jaian Music, as well as his own website, jaianmusic.com. Kyo, our artist for the podcast, can be found on Twitter and YouTube at GoProKyo, as well as his website ccartgalleryportfolio.com. Murel can be found on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Reddit at Murel Koval. As for me, Hotshot, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter at Hotshot Ginger. As always, guys, thanks for listening to us. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.